And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Sir?
Ah.
Manscaped?
Uh-huh.
Have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says weed whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped, what are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's the
So Manscaped is a must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man. It's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because we, as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to go do the deed on a woman, would you rather have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
racing stripe,
full retro bush?
Racing stripe.
Retro bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to wander into that.
That's very interesting.
Like that.
I never thought about that. You're a smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that?
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured, you can see both sides. It's not
like blinking lights on both sides of that.
I just don't. I don't want. I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that.
Gotcha.
As well.
Oh, look what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found it.
Have you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
what is
retro?
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa!
Wow!
Yeah,
Like it pops out.
Do you like walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's
through.
a trooper. Yeah. He's a trooper. Gotta give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
There you go.
I hear you. Listen, I couldn't
Bush.
I couldn't say it. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven, does Manscaped could help you?
Absolutely.
The weed whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the weed whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
But with that,
Ron
we're going to take a
Jeremy,
quick
Batman.
commercial break and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
Drop kick.
Here's our first episode of Mantaur Memoirs. Mike, what's up with the change, brother?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Good to see your face.
Yeah, man. I look a little rough today, man. It's been a long, tough week, but I got to get myself together because I'm flying back to Nebraska tomorrow for about 5 days. So I'm excited about that. I'm happy to be here. The sun's shining. It's actually going down right now, and I woke up today, so I couldn't be happier, man. I'm really blessed and grateful. And I'm here to spend it with you.
You haven't even said anything about me shaving my beard. What's up with that?
Well, I seen it when we first logged on, and I was like, what's this guy trying to do? Look younger, man? He must be feeling old because he wants to look younger.
Dude, I got to be honest with you. I was at work, right? Because we're getting a little late on this recording. It's my fault, everybody out there, so I do apologize. I had a flat tire at work, and I was missing one of the bars, but that really isn't the point. The point is
the old flat tire story, huh?
Well, dude, here's the problem. Like I used to be able to whip through a flat tire like it was nothing, dude. I felt like I had run a effing marathon by the time I was done, dude. It took me like 45 minutes to change a tire.
Bro, and you know what's good about that is it's a good fucking thing that you shaved, man. Otherwise, it would have felt like it was 2 marathons, bro.
You know what, bro? I think you're 100% right. Because I got to tell you, the reason I shaved, right, is, and again, I got to grow it back. Because, if people don't know, when I first met Mike in person, right, Mike Mike lives down in Florida, and I was down in Florida, and Mike shows up with no head facial hair, and I'm like, "Is that Mike?" I'm like it's hard not to distinguish Mike because he's friggin' massive, giant wall.
Listen,
it's like,
and let me tell you
Mike?
that story. Yeah, so let me tell you that story, man. So it's the I think it was the night before, man, or the morning of that I left. I'm in there fucking shaving, and I haven't shaved my face completely like that for like 25 fucking years, man. It's been a long ass time, and so when it happens, it's always on accident. So I took a little bit too much over here, and then I tried to even it up over here, and before I knew it, we got all fucked up, and there was nothing there. And so I had all this gone, and I thought I looked stupid with just the fucking mustache. So I just shaved it all off, and I looked like I was 35, right? Mrs. Dunkin' Donuts didn't know who she was sleeping next to. I tell you that.
And by the way, if anyone doesn't, who is Mrs. Dunkin' Donuts? You've mentioned her from show after show. Who is Mrs. Dunkin' Donuts?
So that would be my girlfriend of almost 10 years, Jane Stecker.
When are you going to put a ring on that shit, dude? When are you going to put a ring on that?
Well, I'm working on it, man. I don't like to rush a good thing, but I will tell you this, though. It's going to be before the end of the year, probably. I will get down on one knee. It's got to take some time to organize it because I might have to call a tow truck or two, man, to pick my big ass up after I get down on a knee because I don't think I can get fucking back up.
Bro, that's another thing. Like, it's like getting up nowadays. Dude, it like I never thought I was going to be that guy where I can't get up,
Man, listen, man, double nickels, man, hit hard, man, especially like the last 2 weeks. A couple weeks ago, the fucking doctor tells me that I need hearing aids, and then I go see the eye doctor, and that fucking doctor tells me I need cataract surgery with corrective lenses. I'm like, what the fuck? So, one person's trying to get $6,000 out of you, and the other guy's trying to get $5,000 out of you, right? And I got fucking insurance. I'm thinking, what do I have insurance for fuck's sake?
Well, I gotta tell you, man, it could be worse. I mean, you walk around with no insurance, you're a dead man or a dead woman if you play that game too long.
If shit don't fucking straighten up here really quick, I'm gonna go to the fucking liquor store and buy me 2 big bottles of Jim Beam and have fucking some Jim Beam and some Coca-Cola, baby.
You ain't kidding, brother.
Man, shit's got to change, brother. Fucking, I'm not a drinker, but I'm down for some Jim Beam anytime during the day, bro.
I got you. Me too, bro. Me too.
Look, do you like Jim Beam? I mean, do you really like Jim Beam?
Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
Man.
Jim and Coke.
Yeah, man. It's smooth, man. It's nice. I fucking love it, man. I like to sip on it. You know what I mean? Just sip on it, and that's some good shit, man.
A lot of people give me a Jack and Coke. I'm like, don't give me a Jack and Coke, man. Give me a Jim and Coke.
Yeah, man. I like drinking Jim Beam so much. I should have some fucking stock in the company, I think.
Yeah,
for real.
Well, God knows you probably. Yeah, maybe you should.
Well, listen, I'm not a little dude, so I got to drink a little bit of Jim Beam before I'm feeling a good buzz, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I mean, like that shit before we came on air tonight, I was like, man, I got 15 minutes. I'm going to go out in the garage and open up the door and enjoy the beautiful weather and smoke a joint, man. So I called my neighbor up. He came over. We smoked a quick joint, man, and just in time for the fucking podcast, right? Because I got my own medical card. People might say, well, geez, Mantaur is fucking smoking marijuana. Listen, motherfucker, I'm in pain 24/7, and I got a medical card. So I can go to any dispensary I want in the state of Florida and buy all the marijuana I want.
Yeah, but what's the deal with sharing joints, dude? You really want people touching your stuff? I mean, it's kind of gross, ain't it?
Well, this guy's married. He's 35. He's pretty straight dude. All he does is smoke weed. He don't drink. So he's all right with me. And
bro, I don't like people touching my food. I don't like people drinking out of my drink.
Well, the way I look at it is, every time I smoke a joint, I'm not really putting my lips or anything on the actual joint, right? Because I got my fingers on the end. So I'm always touching the fingers to my lips. And so I'm not really touching it. But, he was pretty cool. Like last week, I think, a week and a half ago, I called him up and I said, hey, man, you want to smoke a joint? He said, yeah, Big Mike. He says, but, I got a little cold, so I'm going to roll mine up on my own so we can smoke our own joint so I don't get you sick. I was like, okay, bro, thanks for the heads up, I thought that was pretty cool, So, he looks after me, I look after him. It's my smoking buddy. It's better than smoking myself because Mrs. Dunkin' Donuts, she hardly smokes with me anymore. So, if I'm rolling a joint, I'm smoking that fucker all by myself, which I don't mind.
Right.
I don't mind. I might even have two. Fuck.
So fans might be confused. What's up with the change of the new show? What's up with the name change?
Well, I got to tell you, man, I'm sorry to say that my partner in crime, PN News, he's had some health issues happen to him, and he's going through a lot of personal stuff right now, and he really couldn't dedicate, any time to the podcast. He's working like 70 hours a week and shit, and so super busy, man, and I wish him nothing but the best. He's always my partner, This has nothing to do with friendship. This is business for me. And so, I told him, I said, well, thanks, but, I gotta keep on plugging on, man, what I'm doing. And he understood, man. He was like, yeah, he said, I get it, man. He says, I'm got some serious health issues and he's going stressed out with this fucking going through divorce and shit, man. So he's got a lot going on, man, but I wish him nothing but the best. And, I'm praying for him. So everybody pray for him, hope that he gets better and everything. And, yeah, man. So we just decided to change the name to Mantaur's Memoirs, and it's just me and you, Michael Monty. It's just me and you, buddy. So sit back, relax, strap up the fucking seatbelt, and let's go for a long ride and make some fucking money, baby.
So last week, one of the big hits that the people enjoyed out there was a little segment we called "Feels Like the First Time," and we're going to work on this where it's going to pop up, and so. Last week we spoke about your first time having sex. How about your first time deciding to smoke a joint?
Ooh. Man, it was a summer that I graduated from high school. So summer of 1986. And, my buddies, they smoked weed, every fucking day practically, especially on the weekends. We'd go out and party and stuff and drink with our friends and stuff, go to the high school kegger parties. And, but I was an athlete, man. I was a top-notch athlete, and I took athletics seriously. So I didn't really drink. I didn't really do any drugs, man. But once I graduated, man, then that all fucking changed, But I just, I used to smoke weed, to get high. Now I smoke weed to take the pain away, right? So it's a totally different kind of high, different purpose. I still get high, but I do it so I can relax and take the pain away. So I would say the summer of '86, man, was. I might have hit the pipe or something, smoked a joint a couple times before then, but never anything really serious. Man, I didn't really start smoking marijuana until I was graduated from high school. So I was concentrating on athletics. I was a top-notch athlete, so I really took sports in high school seriously. I got the maximum amount of varsity letters that you can get in 1 year because I played football, I wrestled, and I played golf. And so, I walked away with 12 varsity letters because I was on varsity even as a freshman and everything I did. So, but yeah, man, totally. And then once I got over to Europe, I got to Europe when I was like 21, 22. And, marijuana is legal over there. You can have 5 or 6 grams worth of hash on you. And, you get stopped by the cops and they're just going to let you have it. I remember me and Paul one time in Germany, we wrestled and we got done about 10:30. We went to this restaurant in the middle of downtown Hanover, Germany, and we were there till like 1:30. And we were driving back, and we were driving on the way back to the campers. We had to drive back through the red light district, and so we got going through the red light district, and a fucking cop seen these 2 big motherfuckers in a car, and we were totally legal, right? Well, not really. I did have fictitious English plates on my car at the time. But still, they have no way of checking to see if it's real. You got a tag on your car. That's all that fucking matters. And so they stopped us and asked us for our passports and asked to search our fucking fanny packs. And I was like, well, I said, I got some hashish in here. He said, how much you got? I said, I don't know, 4.5 grams. He says, yeah. He says, you're good. And Paul had some too. And so they held us up for like a half hour, 40 minutes. And it was like, well, listen, it's kind of late, kind of dangerous where you guys are at right now, which it really wasn't fucking dangerous, man. You know, at that time they were just saving face and wanted to fucking buddy up to 2 fucking pro wrestlers. And so they says, well, we're gonna have to escort you back to our where we were staying, because we had a big, huge camping site outside the wrestling tent. And so we go back, man, when they fucking escort us back to the fucking campers, and the cop fucking car pulls up, one cop car pulls up, and then I pull up, and Paul pulls up behind me. We park, and then another cop was behind Paul. And so now there's 2 cop cars there, and everybody's fucking out there fucking drinking and cooking on their grill, and they're like, wondering, what the fuck did these 2 guys do now? They got the fucking police escort back here. And so so they handed us our fucking passports and our fanny packs back, and we give them some wrestling tickets, free wrestling tickets, so they can bring their fucking kids and shit, and they fucking let us go, man. And believe it or not, every penny I had, every fucking gram of hash I had, it was all still in my fucking fanny pack, man. And come to find out, you can have like 6 grams on your personal, for personal use, and so they can't jam you up, right? And so I thought that was pretty fucking cool, man. But these cops, man, they were just showing fucking face, man, trying to act tougher than they fucking were. And then they found out who we were, and then they started getting all excited, and then they wanted to escort us back to the fucking thing, which it was only like 2.5 miles, and it was pretty much a straight shot. You know, that's why we went that fucking way. And that's the same way we went to the restaurant as the way we were going home, except it was, 10:30 at night instead of 2 o'clock in the morning. And but yeah, man, we give them some fucking free cards, and they fucking fucked off, and all the guys came over and said, hey, man, what the fuck was going on, man? We thought, oh, shit, they're fucking going to take him to fucking jail now and stuff. I said, we told what happened. They said, are you kidding me? And so what my buddy said, yeah, he said, look in your fucking pouch, man. He said, see if they took your stuff. And I looked. It was all fucking there. I was like, yeah, winner, chicken dinner, man. Straight up fucking cops, right? It was beautiful.
That was unreal, dude. Man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, just some fucking, because we thought we were going to go to the fucking German fucking clink house, right? We thought we were going to the fucking big house in Germany. But I just hope that it wasn't the cop's wife that I fucking slept with. I'm glad.
Well, dude, let me ask you something. You've lived in Europe. You've been all over. You've traveled, whatever else. Which women do you like the best?
Oh, fucking European women, man, is where it's at. They will take care of you, man. If she knows that you love her and you're into her, man, she will do whatever the fuck you ask her to do, man. I mean, my ex-wife, she was 100% Turkish, but I met her when I was wrestling in Germany. And man, you would come over to the house and you could eat off the fucking kitchen floor. It'd be so clean. And she'd be on her hands and knees and scrubbing that motherfucker at least once a week, every weekend. She would fucking do the same shit, man. Clean the whole fucking house. That fucking house was spotless. We could cook, would cook for me, they were just great, man. Just, very, very conscious of their partner.
No, I'm
Sorry, guys. The first Dark Side of the Ring started, and the first episode this week was Chris Candido and Sonny. I know you were in ECW for a very short time, but what did you know about Candido Sonny, if you did at all?
Chris was a great guy. I worked with him a little bit in WWF and ECW, and he was a great dude. He was great little worker, man. He was little, but motherfucker would fly all over the place, man. And Tammy, she was a fucking hooker, and she was sleeping with a lot of guys, and that's really about all I know, man. I never had to wrestling or anything. So,
did you ever want to get involved with any female valets or wrestlers while you were in pro wrestling?
Well, I used to be Gold Dust's bodyguard when his wife was his valet, Marlena. And I remember In Your House, it was supposed to be the Ultimate Warrior against Dustin Rhodes for the Gold Dust for the Intercontinental Championship. But Dustin blew his knee out in Germany on the European tour. And so they had to wait till that night to talk it over with the Warrior. They ran it by me when I got to the building, but they said it all hinges on what the Warrior wants to do. And they ran it by him, and he was game, and me and him worked it out, and it was all good. But that was really the only time that I worked with a female, right? But she was great to work with, man. And, she was always on point. She was always where she was supposed to be when she was supposed to be there. So she was a real professional, and a great valet.
Well, let me ask you this. How long did that run last with Gold Dust with you?
It was just very short, it was really short, actually. And we really thought it was going to take off. And even Dustin was surprised when it didn't go anywhere, because it worked fucking great, man, the In Your House pay-per-view and stuff. And after that, but just never went anywhere, man. They used me a couple times, and then the rest was fucking history. Who knows why they brought me back and give me fucking 2 good gimmicks and 1 shit gimmick, and they just pulled the rug out from underneath me on the last gimmick, right? Because that was the best one.
Well, let me ask you a question, though, right? You consider the Mantaur thing a shit gimmick?
No, but they should have put the gangster character, the character that I was using in Europe, they should have put that fucker on TV, because I would have made that I might still be wrestling. You know what I mean? And it was just the wrong character. I mean, I made chicken salad out of chicken shit with the Mantaur character, don't get me wrong. And, I had to make up a lot of shit that I did and mannerisms and shit like that. But, I mean, it was a good gimmick, but, I would have chose, if I'm trying to make money with somebody, I would have put a gimmick on them that made more sense than what fucking Mantaur made. But that was the era of professional wrestling. It was full of the gimmick characters, right?
But it's a funny thing, though, Mike, is you're probably most well known for the Mantaur character, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because nobody fucking can forget that bullhead, man, because that fucking thing was massive, bro. That thing weighed like 50 fucking pounds, man. It was like a good 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet taller than I was, and I'm 6 feet, so I was like 8.5 feet up there, man, the top of the fucking head, right? And plus the horns were on top of that, so it might have been close to fucking 9 feet. I mean, that thing was fucking huge. I had no way of getting through the second and third ropes with that fucking thing on. No way. And I had to design it. I had to design it like a pair of NFL shoulder pads, where the strap comes from the back, it goes underneath your armpits, and you strap it to the front. Well, it was on 2 big fucking metal fucking things that went over my shoulders, and we wrapped them up with padding and put some fucking Velcro on there, and I had the straps for fucking Velcro and used to tighten that motherfucker up, and I used to have it tight, man, because I didn't want it fucking falling off.
Oh, I got to tell you, we were just talking this week. You're coming up to New York for some signings, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. It's great to see you back out there. I'm sure you're going to do really well there. But it's funny. A lot. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like you're really the only one that shits on the Mantaur character. I think it's a legendary character. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I had to go through a lot, man, and it was, I mean, they never really beat me. I mean, fuck Razor Ramon, I got a count out with him. The only guy that really fucking pinned me was Bam Bam Bigelow, and then fucking Sparkplug Bob Holly. When they did that shit, though, the fucking fans were chanting bullshit, because I had threw him around like a fucking ragdoll. If anybody goes back to Mantaur versus Bob Holly, you watch that fucking match, I beat the fucking shit out of him. I didn't give him nothing except the fucking 5-second, fucking 10-second finish, and that was it. These people, when he pinned me, they fucking were chanting bullshit, and the WWE had to fucking pipe in fucking fans' applause and shit for that, to overdo the fucking bullshit chants. It was so fucking funny, man. When that happened, I went in the fucking back. I cleaned my fucking face off. I took off my gear. I put on my clothes. I went right to the fucking airport and flew fucking home. I was like, fuck you guys, man. You're not going to destroy me on national fucking TV, man. That just ain't, I'm not going to let you do it. And so I just fucking went home.
So I want to, my partner, Jimmy Farrow, right? The star of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Jimmy Farrow. We do something called head to head, but we judge wrestlers on what we call mic skills, mat skills, back of the baseball card, overall influence on the industry, and then the it factor. So I want you to rank yourself, not just as Mantaur, but as a wrestler, and tell me where, from, average, bad, average, good to very good to great. So if I'd say mat skills, where would you rank yourself?
Honestly, I have a passion for what I do, and I'm very good at what I do, and I'm a fucking great wrestler. So I would have to say very good, man. I was semi-main event material, man, most definitely. They just didn't really give me a fucking chance. And when I was over in Europe, I got a chance.
Does it bother you that you didn't get a WrestleMania moment? I mean, you were part of the Royal Rumble, right? So that's a big event, right?
Yeah, and I actually was part of the WrestleMania the same fucking year. There was a lumberjack match that I was involved with. I think it was Lex Luger and somebody else during WrestleMania. So I did that fucking gimmick, but that's that had really nothing to do with me. You know what I mean?
Was it a lumberjack match like you were on the outside lumberjack?
Yeah.
So what was a payday for you for being a lumberjack at a WrestleMania?
I think I got like 6,500, which I thought was pretty fucking good, right?
That's pretty good. I'd take it.
Just for being a fucking lumberjack for working for 20, 25 minutes, right? I mean, I thought it was great. But again, it was WrestleMania. It was their biggest show of the fucking year. So everybody was making money. If you were on that card, you were making money.
Did you have butterflies? Because that had to probably be the biggest audience you ever performed in front of, right?
Yes. I mean, there was a time when we were in South Africa and we were out in the middle of the fucking jungle, and the ring was literally in the middle of this fucking dirt field, and had like a little canopy over it, and it was standing room only. There was no chairs involved, and these motherfuckers came out of the bush, literally, to watch wrestling. I don't know how many. I would say there was at least 20, 25,000 fucking people just standing there fucking around the ring watching wrestling. I mean, it was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen, man. There was no arena, no nothing. We were outside in the middle of the fucking jungle.
That's crazy.
Putting on a fucking wrestling show. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? But when you walked out there, man, you seen all the people, you're like, oh my God. Right? They were fucking everywhere, bro. Every fucking where. Surrounded all four sides. There was just one little path from where we were dressing to the fucking ring. That was it.
Any fan ever try to kill you, like stab you or anything like that?
No, but I did get fucking stabbed in a bar in Germany one time by a fucking Turk. Went right through my leather coat and fucking stabbed me, and me and Paul fucking chased him and shit. And of course they got away because they were a lot faster than two fucking 400-pound fat guys. But but yeah, man. I mean, and that's only because he thought that I was trying to fuck with this fucking girlfriend because his girlfriend was at the wrestling show, right? Well, that's why we were fucking there at the club, because the fucking ladies invited us, right? And the guy got fucking jealous and fucking stabbed me in the fucking toilet.
So we're towards the end. What can the fans look forward to with this podcast as this goes on, Mike? I mean, your stories get better and better. I got to tell you, you're very engaging. So I would say, we were talking about mic skills. I could only imagine your mic skills had to be awesome as a wrestler, because they're certainly awesome on this show. What can the fans expect?
The fans can expect to hear a lifetime of stories, and I mean a lifetime of stories that are all true. And hopefully that, I can entertain you and make you laugh and make you appreciate life, because I know I do. And I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm really, really excited to put out a great product, and hopefully we can get close to the top of the charts one of these days. I'm here for the fans.
I think so, and you can catch Mantaur's Memoirs on every audio channel and on Long Island's #1 pro wrestling channel, Monty and the Pharaoh. Mantaur's Memoirs, unbelievable. Mike, you are certainly, if I wasn't a fan of yours growing up, which I was, but if I wasn't, I would be a fan of yours now. So kudos to you, and I can't wait to look forward to week after week events with you.
Thanks, man. I owe it all to the good Lord and my family and some close friends that support me. And of course, the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of fans out there, so I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the fans. So I'm just trying to give back a little something to the fans and let them know what it was like being Mike Halleck and being Mantaur. And that's what Mantaur's Memoirs are all about, man, sharing lifetime stories. And, I just hope everybody enjoys it, because I know I do. And on that note, I'd like to end this show here. Mantaur's Memoirs. We have a motto here. Mantaur's Memoirs motto is, you only die once, but you live every day. Ooh.